Okay, no. All right, we're having slight network issues with it, but then keep the messages coming in. I'm pretty sure before we conclude with some of the headlines, we would have all your messages dropping. I mean, it's really been a thing. The service providers for the past couple of days now, it's been quite difficult. It's not been as smooth as it should be. On the Vanguard, anxiety as pump price of petrol races towards 1,405 naira per litre. Anxiety as pump price of petrol races towards 1,405 naira per litre. So clearly now it is no longer a problem of just distribution, like we've always been told. Another headline on the Vanguard says PDP in talks with Kwankwaso Peter Obi ahead of 2027. Spokesman. Who would want to carry the presidential ticket? Who would want to be vice? That's another thing altogether. Presidency denies alleged frosty relationship between Tinubu, Shetima. And you would also find on the Vanguard newspaper, customs agents seek clarification on federal government's price stability order. I understand why they need clarification, because every one of us does too. We need to understand what it means by price stability. Remember the ultimatum given to the market people and all of that. How does that work? We need to understand it. SEC introduces electronic filing system to reduce listing number. That one is also on the Vanguard newspaper. Plateau APC, Lalong fume over non-representation of state in FEC. All of these headlines are on the Vanguard. And just a little to see what we have on the Punch. PDP governors, Wike may clash as NWC meets on Wednesday. Let's wait and see. I was listening to the media aide to former Vice President Namadi Sambo. He's a member of the PDP as well. And he had his own views, his opinions about the situation. He thinks the PDP is positioned for next year, 2027 election. Well, let's wait and find out what happens and how they deal with this situation that they are in. Petrol will be exported if marketers boycott product, Dangote Refinery. Oh, of course, he's a businessman. What would he do? But find out details on the Punch. I wouldn't refine, and if you don't want to buy it, you expect me to keep it. I need to make my money back, so I would look for the market elsewhere. Well, we hope that this conundrum with the whole refinery, Dangote Refinery, Port Harcourt Refinery, crude oil supply and refining and pricing and so on and so forth, we would never know the truth. I think that should be clear by now, that we would never. Let's just put that out there. Like, I think it's almost impossible for Nigerians to know exactly nitty-gritty, the whole picture of what is happening. We would only see parts and pieces, and they'll just tell us little and little. But I don't think we would ever know everything. But find out more on the Punch. Go read it and get all the details. Hunger protest rattled federal government. Wanted Britain speaks from UK. Now, it's shocking. This revelation came to many people as a surprise. Well, let's see how it goes. NNPC Limited may stop petrol import as depot's price nears 1,000 naira per litre. So you know what that means. In places around town, we might be buying around 1,002, 1,003. In places like Bonny, they might be buying close to 1,006, 1,007. Other areas, 1,005. That's where we're headed now. It looks. Hopefully we don't get there. External debt servicing rises to $2.78 billion, CBN report. All these headlines are on the Punch newspaper. Quickly now, we go over to what we have on Facebook. If you haven't joined us on Facebook, okay, it's Nigeria Info 92.3 PH. We're streaming live at the moment, so you can watch and listen to us at the same time. From anywhere you are, there's no excuse, okay? Very simple. Just get your smartphone, log on to Facebook, search for Nigeria Info 92.3 PH, and that's it. That's all you need to do. You would see the live stream there, the Morning Crossfire newspaper review segment. Join in, drop your comments, and very important, click on the share button. Okay. A few messages here. Christian Williams says, too bad that we found ourselves in a country where we have crude in abundance and still battling with petrol crisis. Thank God says Wike to face disciplinary committee over anti-party activities. The last time I checked, I didn't get the last time you checked, unfortunately. Let's try to keep the messages short, shall we? King Boy Anaugu says, good morning. Anxiety as pump price raises. It's a shame that those who occupied Nigeria in 2015 for just increased petrol to 100 naira, but today it's now being sold for 1,000. Alaris Spief says, good morning. The intent for Atiku Obi and Kwankwaso to merge against the APC will be a good one if they will not sabotage themselves. All right, the phone numbers to call are 0817-923-0003. Again, 0817-923-0003. One more time, 0817-923-0002. 0817-923-0002. Clinton is in Bori. Let's remember to keep it very short, straight to the point, and civil. Go ahead.
Good morning, Andrew.
Yep.
Yeah, the news of NNPCA stopping importation of petrol due to increase in depot prices is very, very annoying and saddening. In a country where we have these resources in abundance, and we have a lot of resources, rather, both mineral and human resources, and yet we are still suffering. And I don't really know. See, the problem of Nigeria is with the leaders we have. We have leaders that do not really care about how the masses, the poor masses, feel. Because if we have leaders that are intentional, leaders that have us at heart, by now our refineries will be working. I'm not just blaming on this particular administration. I'm blaming on all their previous administrations because the money is there. If Dangote can build his own refinery in less than how many years? Why can't we build refineries in Nigeria and refine these products and send to Nigerians? So I think it's a very sad one. The NNPC have failed Nigerians. Then going forward, the news of kidnapping going on in Rivers State, I think is a very bad one. The police and the security agencies must be up and do ensure that people in Rivers State are safe once more. Good morning.
Good morning. Mufasa, let's hear you from NTA Road. Good morning.
Yeah, Andrew, good morning. Let me start by commending and appreciating the convener of the Rivers Women Unite for Sin, Mrs. Otonyi Tobifutin, for what she's doing, organizing the women and galvanizing support for the government and the state. I pray that God gives her the strength to continue the good work that she's doing. And you see, Andrew, what is happening in Obiakpo, the different interest group under the Simplify movement, bickering and agitating for who should become the chairman. Like one fellow said, that this is not the time to begin to struggle for power. This is the time for them to unite. I'm expecting the leader of the Simplify movement to call all these aggrieved parties together and see how to resolve this issue. Since they consider the governor as their leader, they should wait until directive comes from the governor, because if they continue to bring this, bickering and disunity and disaffection into their house, the enemy can easily creep into their food and cause more rancor and bitterness. That's my position this morning. Have a nice day.
All right, thank you very much. Samuel from Remukalagbo, over to you now. Good morning.
Good morning, Andrew. They said the COT PDP will meet on Wednesday and the CMK will cry. That's what the headline. I said, let me say that, Andrew, sorry to use this word.
Don't use the word. If you think the word is not appropriate, don't use it.
Okay,
don't tell me sorry and then use the word at the end.
I want to put a parable that they say that the dog that normally bites a bat is not biting. The one that is not biting, that the one that is silent, that is the one that is biting. So what I mean is this: it's not to make noise in the media, begin putting threat on the governors of PDP is the problem. It's to take action that is the problem. Whatever thing that you are planning today, another person is planning the same thing that you are planning, and the thing the person is planning is not what you are planning. So whatever thing that the other party is planning, another party is planning another thing. That is what I want to say about PDP and the Wike issue. About NNPC, I want to ask, from the era of PDP, during the era of PDP, Have you seen any president being a petroleum minister? And the answer is no. The thing happened when Buhari became a petroleum minister. And this is what we are going to face.
Samuel, unfortunately, I think you got interrupted by your service providers, but then we get the point you're making. The current president is also the Minister of Petroleum. Leighton Barry from Bori, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Ichimi Andrew.
Yep.
Yeah, let me look at anxiety as pump price increased to 1,400. It is very saddening to hear that a product we have, a natural endowment by God to Nigerians or to our environment, is being used by us, and we are suffering as the result of our character not having concern or conscience towards the people we say we lead. And we are suffering for what we can produce, what we have, and we are suffering with it, creating hard times for our people. And we think we are playing politics with making money and using our people to make money. It is very saddening. Finally, the police confirm adoption of some travelers on Bonny waterways. I think I thought these things has been put aside for some time ago, and this thing has started again. And the way it has started, I think it is going high by the day that the police can no more do anything about it. The Bonny Metropolis is being secured by a lot of security agencies because there are companies that are there, and so they have security all around. And why is things happening this way on the waterway, which they travel, the police travel on the waterway, there are securities on the waterways, and things are still happening this way.
All right, Leighton Barry, thank you. Big question you're asking. I think for the security people for the companies, their job would be to protect the company and the staff of the company. I don't know, I might be wrong, but I don't think their job would be to begin to sweep the waterways constantly. I think that would be the job of the security agencies. I mean, the police and the Navy and the rest of them, and the JTF and all of those. As the ones that are attached to the companies, I think their jurisdiction would be within the company and those working for the company. So it's only when their staff, the company staff, are traveling through the waterways that they would escort them to provide security. I'm saying, I don't know. I could be wrong. At least that's that small one. I would imagine that's how it should function. Chima in Rumokuta, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yeah.
Group in Apara Kingdom calls on the Simplify People movement to calm down in the advocating of local government election.
Mm.
In as much as I know that group is all these groups are faceless group, but the issue here is that you see what we are practicing in Rivers State is no longer democracy. I have said it before. It's simplified-cracy. That is what we are practicing. The governor of Rivers State, Mr. Similai Fulwara, has decided to rule Rivers State as a single pilot. Let him continue. It is him that will decide who will be a local government chairman, even if the election is not going to take place. And if it takes place, it's going to be an effort in futility because it's going to be scrapped by the court. In Emoha, some PDP members declared their support with the monarch of Emoha, that is Sergeant Awuse, for his support for the federal minister. That is a very good one. Mr. Awuse has been a man of impeccable character. He's one of the Ikode finest. You can imagine what the kind of mayhem that the governor unleashed on him. A man in that kind of critical condition, you sack him. You didn't even only sack him. You insulted the whole Ikode clan.
No, Chima from Rumokuta, I think let's make one thing clear. Hello, Chima. Just to clarify a point, thank you very much for your opinion. But I thought the term of Royal Highness Sergeant Awuse was for a year. The office he was occupying. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it was for a year. And then you could either be reappointed or someone else would be appointed. I just wanted to correct the sack you used as a word because I know that some other persons were appointed. But as whatever it is now, they would have to settle it. If nothing was done out of the law, well, it would have to now be over to the individuals to settle their differences, because there are those that also are saying, why would the Royal Highness make comments like, if you do not support this person, don't come to my palace? That's supposed not to even happen. There are those now that are saying, oh, why would he be treated the way he was treated by the governor? Well, and everybody will make a case to defend their position that was taken. But just to come into Chima's sack, I don't think he was sacked. I knew a new person was appointed to head that traditional rulers, and it's supposed to be a year or two. I think either of those, but I know that its tenure elapsed. At least I remember when I witnessed the announcement of the new leader. Temple from HA, good morning.
Good morning, the very distinguished Femi Andrew. Happy New Month.
Yeah, go on. Happy New Month.
Distinguished Femi Andrew, I don't know when it has become a normal thing that we not, criminalize protest. Having a president that is a fan of protest as well, who has protested on, policies and programs of past, presidents, most importantly, President Jonathan. But for me, I think this issue of governance protest should be, taken with some kind of utmost, caution. And at the same time, I want to appeal to our commissioner, Olatunji Disu, the Honorable Commissioner of Police, to please intensify action on these, enemies of the state who has also woken up again, and the other security agents, both the Navy and the Air Force, should please be on the lookout to ensure that these kidnapped victims are being rescued on horse. Very much important, so that we cannot continue to allow these enemies of the state to continue to have their way. And at the same time, I want to also appreciate the convener of Women Unite for STEM, for that inauguration. I think I would say it's indeed a welcome development, and I'll continue to appeal to
all right, Temple.
Sotonye to continue to do her part.
Thank you very much. Let's go to Nkoro now. Ida is on the line. Quickly, Ida, let's hear you.
Yeah, Andrew, good morning.
Go on.
Yes, I want to talk about the Obia Pomata, the Simplify movement. Yes, please, I'll actually joke in one. But when this man come out to do whatever thing he's doing, I didn't see anybody. And also, I'm pleading with people of Obugo Nkoro who is fighting Enyada to please come together, play Enyada. Enyada will take Obugo Nkoro to the promised land. Come 5th October, Enyada should come out and contest. You should leave these people, please. And Sarina will say, they did not sack you. Your tenure elapsed before the governor leave you. So don't criticize the governor. The governor is a good man. Thank you, and good morning.
All right, thank you very much. But is this not what politics is? I mean, the situation in Nobiak, but it's what politics is now, isn't it? So you can't say that people should not call for what they believe is their right. The only thing with praise, everybody does it according to the rules, and there isn't any violence or breakdown of law and order of any sort. And then we are good. So I'm pretty sure that everything would still come. People would settle, and negotiations upon negotiations would happen, and they would arrive at a common decision. On Facebook, more messages. Anunobio Ekachi case, he says the Canadian government partners Rivers State government. Only a peaceful government can achieve this. All we saw in the last administration was Real Madrid Academy. Ami 4 Ernest says on Oha Awuse. That one. Okay. As for Oha Sergeant Awuse's position, if he had a good comment made by Awuse, they should also refute the allegations that the pictures of the governor was not captured on the calendar of traditional rulers. Okay, the governor mentioned that. Yes, now that you brought this up, I remember the governor said, like, how he mentioned that. I remember. Petrol pump price 1,400 naira now going to. It's not in some places. It's up to 1,004. I know that in Bayelsa it's 1,100 in some areas. In some other places, so it's within 1,000 to 1,004, depending on your location. Why is it that all existing refineries are not working? Even the Dangote refinery, my brother, that is new. Dangote refinery is new, still not working, and we have been hoping for the one that is old to work. Good morning. This is unbelievable. Petrol price 1,400. Becker Menegbo, the people that took to the streets to occupy Nigeria when the government planned subsidy removal and to make the price 140 naira for now, comfortable buying for. But now these same people are comfortably buying for 1,000 naira. APC has finally finished us. Atuegbu says, as it stands now, I want all the opposition parties to come together in one accord and show the APC-led federal government the exit door come 2027 presidential election. Jefe, is it all the parties that need to come together or all of Nigerians? Because it is still some Nigerians that will vote for the APC now, true or false. So it means that there are some Nigerians that think otherwise. It is calling the parties are not the ones that will vote. The people would have to vote based on what they see and not the party. I think that's where we usually have a problem. People want people to vote from sentiments, from party picture and logo. And what you are seeing as a Nigerian and you listen to the individuals that want to run should help you inform your decision of who to vote for. We'll take a commercial now. Good morning.
Stay with us.
Nigeria Info.